Let's talk all about vocabulary. If you are new here, I'm Nikki. I'm a homeschool mom to an only child in 4th grade. So let's talk. We switched up and added this vocabulary to our homeschool. I saw this on Nickie at Homeschoolology, and I was like, this is exactly what I need. I didn't just want words with definitions, and we have tried other vocabulary curriculums, and I don't know, something just felt like it was lacking, and when I saw this, I had to have it. So we have switched over to this literary based vocabulary study, and this is called Vocabu-Lit, and it is perfection learning. So it's building vocabulary through literature within these workbooks. So I have book D, which is for 4th grade, and I have the teacher's guide. So I think the part that I really liked about this is that it is through literature, and we read a lot of books. She reads a lot of books, and for a long time I'm like, do we even need like vocabulary like as a standalone added thing for her to do? And I thought, like, I'm just gonna pull words from books. A lot of times she'll be like, what is that, when we're reading, and so we discuss those things like naturally. And so we had picked up word roots and stuff like that, and I haven't even touched that yet because just looking at it makes me I don't know, there's something about it where I just don't see, like, I see the benefit, but I don't see her enjoying that curriculum book. So I really wanted something that I know she could relate to and what she enjoys, which is reading. And so since this is through reading literature, I thought, okay, this is perfect. So we've just started this, so I'm only going to give you my like initial thoughts because we've only gone through like the first few lessons. So there are 23 lessons, with 24 being a review. So it's not something I feel that you need to do all the time, because you could literally blow through this in a semester, in a quarter. If you wanted to do this on a weekly basis, we are not going to be doing it like that. If anything, I think we're going to be doing this like once every other week, maybe, depending, but I love the way that this goes through. So it starts out with your literature. It starts out with the story for every single lesson. And this one is Soccer Scoop by Matt Christopher. And so she's going to then read through the story. There are the words that are her vocabulary are going to be in bold. And then that is basically exercise 1, is reading through it and paying attention to those bold words. So easy peasy, all she has to do is read. And then in exercise 2, she's going to write the definitions. And so the only thing that I have come across that I have not liked so far is that there's not like a separate book that is the dictionary for these specific words. It is in the back of the book. And so for a kid to come in here and need to write out the definitions here, to have to flip back to the back of the book is kind of a pain in the butt, and then have to remember it and flip back to this page and write it all out. So I have let her use the teacher's guide to go through at least just the definition part and writing the definition out. Now, there's 10, okay? And that might not seem like a lot, but to a struggling writer who doesn't like to write anything at this point, especially when it comes to this stuff, sometimes I don't make her write it. At least that's what in my head I'm going to be working towards. because it could be a lot, especially if you're doing other things in the day that requires writing. So I can, have a conversation about it and kind of tweak this to how I want and ask her, like, what do you think this word means? And then see what she says and then go back and see the definition. So that is one day. And then the next exercise is using context clues, and it has all your master words listed up here. So then she would go through and pick out those context clues and the word that it fits. And then exercise 4 is synonyms. And so she is very well rounded with synonyms. So I feel like if she has a good understanding of the word, she should have no problem working with the synonyms. It also has an explanation in case you don't know what a synonym is, but it's a short 5-question exercise, which is it's great. These are short, sweet, simple exercises that go with the vocab. And then exercise 5 is finding word relationships. So that's not all though. And so I'm a little struggling to find how many exercises to do either at one time or how to space them out, because there are typically 7 exercises per lesson. So you could do it where day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, however many days that you do, but then you're not going to be able to finish this in a week unless you combine some of those exercises into one day. So I'm just kind of taking this without like a schedule in mind and just going, okay, let's see what we do today, and go from that, because it's a little difficult for me to ask her to do more than one, just squeeze everything into a week. So we might be breaking them up into 2 weeks, and then the next 2 weeks we don't do it, and then like every 2 weeks or whatever. So this one it changes it up. So these aren't always going to be the same, which is really nice. Last week she did a word web instead of a graphic organizer. So it's giving her different ways to see these things visually, which I really appreciate, because I don't feel like they had that a lot in using the good and the beautiful. And then this one is a decoding, which is really fun. They always give you the words at the top, so I feel like a lot of it is helpful. But it seems like every lesson starts out with the literature story and then writing out those definitions. So, but like I said, the exercises do change. They are different, and I really, really love that, because sometimes, it can get really boring to do the same things over and over again and redundant, especially when it comes to vocabulary. Like this is charting, and it has charts, and then this is like letter tiles on this side. So a whole bunch of different things. These are topic circles that they're calling them, just different organizers and stuff like that seems to be in here. A word graphic, vocabulary chart. So this is, I don't know, she's really liking this, and I'm really liking this so far. I don't want to give you like a full review, because like I said, we haven't gotten too far in it, but what I've seen and what we've done is really been a joy. So again, this is book D. I got these off of, I believe, Rainbow Resources. So go check them out over there at Rainbow Resources, and you'll have to go through, like, I'm assuming book C is 3rd grade and whatnot. So go ahead and check that out. I'm pretty sure it goes up to 7th or 8th, if I'm not mistaken. So head over to Rainbow Resources and check these out. And I will see you in my next video.